So, today I woke up wanting to share this theory I wrote some months ago about new Lumos, the Dark Sun and the Miitopia Multiverse. I will attempt to explain myself in a way others can comprehend this, but feel free to ask me anything about it. Okay, we know that all of the monsters in New Lumos were made by the Darker Lord, as the ex-Dark Lord says when first going into New Lumos. What if I told you? The Dark Sun probably wasn't made by the Darker Lord. This might sound crazy for some, but allow me to explain myself. Okay. First of all, the Dark Sun's Japanese name is translated to the sun from another world, so, apparently, the Dark Sun isn't from the Miitopia we all know and see in the game, and its origin is another world. Which could lead to the possibility of the multiverse being a thing in Miitopia, and maybe multiple timelines too. But then who is the responsible of the Dark Sun's existence? I can't really tell, but it could be a vessel possessed by that alternate world's dark curse, but who? The answer to this question unfortunately can't be found without making up things, but it seems to be someone more powerful than the Great Sage themselves. Because the stat difference between the Darkest Lord and the Dark Sun is for sure a big one, making the difference between the Great Sage and the alternate vessel 1, 2. Let's remember the fact that the power of the vessel determines the strength of their possessed self in Miitopia. Another thing adding to the possibility of the Dark Sun being an actual possessed Mi would be that, like the Dark Lord and Darkest Lord, it has mid-battle dialogue, unlike the Dark King, Evil Sage, Light Lord, and Lighter Lord, which all seem to be replicas. And why are the Dark Sun and other district bosses still there after defeating them? Here is where the alternate worlds and timelines theory play its part. If the Dark Sun came from another world, that means there may be more Dark Suns around the multiverse, and when we defeat one of them, a Dark Sun from another Miitopia will enter the main timeline where the story happens. And since the Dark Sun is even more powerful than the Darkest Lord himself, in theory, it could also manage to steal faces and create more of the bosses in New Lumos, and even be the one behind all of the faces stolen during the post-game. And to add up some more stuff, the Dark King, Evil Sage, Light Lord and Lighter Lord all have the necklace that resembles the Dark Curse, so they could also probably steal faces. Note that the Phantom of Evil and the replica Dark Lord don't have it. But what happened to the other alternate worlds, or timelines, from where all these Dark Suns are coming from? Well, they all probably fell into chaos and destruction by the Dark Sun from their worlds, and after clearing its goal, it just goes world to world doing the same. Maybe. You know, being alone in a void with no life around must be boring. But wait, how would the Dark Sun manage to travel between worlds? Honestly, I don't even know, but maybe the amount of mass and power in something as small as the Dark Sun could make it so dense that it breaks the laws of physics and manages to create an anomaly in the time-space, making it able to go through the multiverse. I don't have any idea of what I just said, but, I mean, it's Miitopia, anything would make sense. Yeah, basically, my theory is that the Dark Sun comes from an alternate Miitopia, being that Miitopia's Darkest Lord equivalent, and the Dark Sun being the reason monsters are still a thing after clearing the main game. But that is just a theory, a game theory.